Welcome to the Point of Focus podcast. Jer's back to talk everything into reality.
We'll be back every week, all season long,
with your host, Jeremy Piccott.
focusing only on things that we want to get bigger in our lives.
Made by coaches and collaborators coming together for the purpose of co-creating.
Enjoy or join the in-depth discussion, information, and how-tos.
Stay tuned for another episode of the Point of Focus podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Point of Focus podcast. Today, we have a special guest, Andrea Mason. She is the founder and creator of the life transformational journey called Press Play. I'm extremely excited to be speaking with her about her message and passion for helping people feel more free with the power of forgiveness. Please welcome Andrea Mason.
How are you doing today? Thank you for meeting with me.
I'm doing amazing. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yes, so good.
Well, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you do?
All right, excellent. So I am a global certified motivational speaker under the mentorship of the Mr. Les Brown. I've worked with him and an alumni of his academy. I am also the founder and creator of the life transformational journey called Press Play, Plan Life According to You, where I help people, individuals, achieve personal freedom through the healing power of forgiveness. I bridge the gap to where people are to where they want to be. See, when we are younger, our story is told to us. However, when at one point in our life, we must take the pen in our own hand and start writing our own story. And I have over 2 decades plus in the mental health and social work industries, that of social work and psychology. And I have instilled the quality and attributes to understand the cultural diversity of individuals, of their morals, ethics, backgrounds, and beliefs, as well as the science behind what people do and why they do what they do. And this all stemmed from being born during the cartel in Colombia, South America, as I was put up for adoption at 11 months old, weighing in at 11 pounds, where my parents were unable to care for me and sent me to the promised land of America. And after being a victim of bullying of all kinds, sexual, physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, I decided to take those trials and tribulations and tragedies and take the lessons and losses of my life and instill it and propel those stories and experiences of vulnerability, integrity, and transparency to help individuals across the world. And up until this date, I have spoken on every single continent, mentored and empowered women in Africa, spoke with orphans, and helped young individuals, both men and women, in the Middle East, and instill their empowerment and faith to meet their fullest potential, as well as connect with like-minded individuals such as yourself on many platforms of TV, radio, and podcast. And that's where I stand.
Amazing. Now, what brought you to forgiveness?
Well, a lot of things. First, when I was mentioned and made aware at age 7 that I was adopted by my adoptive family, they said I was a treasure. However, to me, it was a tragedy. I have no medical records, no photographs of my biological family, because of the time that it was in, the war zone, drug zone era at its prime. So I had to learn to forgive my biological mother. How could you give up a child, 11 months old, 11 pounds, shipped on a plane across the world, hoping that she gets there safely and soundly and nourished with unconditional love at a second chance of life? But it didn't stop there. I had to forgive myself first and foremost to understand that after being a victim of bullying, being a victim of abuse, thrown into trash cans, shoved into lockers, performed the most maltreatment an individual can because I didn't fit in, I had to realize it wasn't of my doing. For people of predators, of prey, of any mishap, have limited or lack knowledge, or that's all they knew. And when I understood that, I decided to go into the industries of social work and psychology, because I was not going to look at individuals as a rap sheet, as a diagnosis, a prognosis. That is someone's mother, someone's father, someone's family friend. And that is what I refuse to do. I look at it through the lens of our Creator. I look at it through a lens of a family member. That this is someone who has been at the wrong place at the wrong time, or fell victim or predator at the wrong time. And I believe that when I was doing the social work and psychology industries in the cells, on the streets, in the hospital beds, from infantry to geriatric, that these are individuals. They are not statistics nor stereotypes. And I remember meeting one of the most individual that was the most dangerous, for they took the lives of their family members. And I came home with all due respect to confidentiality. I said, I'm grateful to be here, but I'm also fearful for what people don't know. I met an individual who took the lives of their family, and their immediate response was, "How could you speak to such monster?" And my response, "How could you be quick to judge? That's not your role." People make mistakes. They live with their mistakes. People get stereotypes and labels. They have to deal with them. But I'm here to achieve personal freedom for every individual. Is as Louis B. Smead says, to forgive another person is to release someone from prison only to discover that the prisoner was themselves. Paraphrased, of course. And my mentor, Mr. Les Brown, says, through life, ask yourself this question. Are you going through it, or are you growing through it? And what we must remember, every moment in life, every single moment in life is a choice. And when we learn how to see how the choices will pan out, that there's more than one option in life and path that you can take, that's when you have self-awareness. That's when you create self-discipline. And that's when you learn from your lessons of loss, love, and tragedy.
Wow. And then you can truly alchemize it from there and turn it into something.
The biggest problem we have, or pardon me, the biggest limited knowledge we have as individuals is we have this false belief and myth that once we make a mistake and our name is attached to it, we don't know how to remove it. Greg Plitt, the amazing, I believe he was an athlete and a weight trainer. He says, if you live, you only get one life, but if you live it right, that's all you need. And anything you do in life, make sure you do it authentically and act with integrity, because your name is attached to it. Yes, we make mistakes. You show me a person who's perfect, I'll step aside. But everybody has to learn and has a story. But think of your life if you didn't have that story, where you would be. You'd either be here or you'd be gone. And regardless of our upbringings, it starts in the home. It starts with the parents. Our parents are the first eyes, guardians that a child sees. And when you pour the foundation of unconditional love, honesty, truth, and faith, forget religion at the time, but faith that everything is working out, and the mindset that mind over matter, that's when you become successful. Because nobody's going to believe in you until you believe in yourself.
I agree 100%.
Pardon?
I agree 100%.
Yeah. Nobody's going to change your life.
Absolutely. And it's a conscious decision, and it's one that takes dedication and focus. And for some reason, the human brain seems to naturally be negative. Like, it takes effort to see the positive. Mm-hmm. In even situations that are great and amazing, our mind will find fault and focus for some reason on that one little fault.
Absolutely.
And that's my whole mentality. My
Yes.
whole point of this entire podcast is to not focus on negative things, because what you focus on gets bigger.
Yep.
And I'm going to consciously choose to focus on things that I want to become more.
Absolutely.
So I have a question for you. Now, if you were to plant a seed in my mind that if I water it, it will grow into something beautiful. You've already mentioned forgiveness. I don't want to answer your question for you.
Okay.
What would you plant in my mind, and how would I water it?
Jeremy, the most important thing in life is, as I quote, follow your heart, not the herd nor the hurt, and success and happiness are on the other side.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's my signature quote.
That's amazing. I am capable of putting my attention in my heart, which shuts down thinking. Right? I can place my awareness in my heart, and there's no more words going through my head and my mind. And this is how I meditate.
Yep.
And this is how I teach meditation as well. That's amazing. Can you repeat that one more time, please?
Yes, my signature quote, follow your heart and not the herd nor the hurt. Success and happiness are on the other side.
Amazing. Amazing. So,
my life, the story of my life.
Story of your life. So tell me, do you have like a program that you take people through, or a system or anything?
Yes. So I am the creator of the life transformational journey called Press Play, Plan Life According to You. See, my childhood, I was an athlete and a musician, of a pianist. And the only way I can escape the toxicity, the negativity, and the bullying is by delving into what I loved. I played the piano and I played soccer. So why not? Play is an amazing word when you really look at it, because you're doing it through your heart.
Absolutely. Everything you do, if you do it playfully, is going to be better, even if it's something that you don't really like doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially if it's something that you love doing.
Absolutely.
Maintain a playful heart. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So could you give me a 60,000 foot high view of maybe some steps that somebody might go through in your program?
Well, that's what makes me authentic and different, Jeremy. I do not dictate. I do not lecture. I listen, I learn, and I love. It's not for me to be a leader, because it's not my life. It's not me to be a guide, because I wouldn't want you to step out of your comfort zone or do something you don't feel ready for. So what do? As an accountability coach, I walk beside you and we celebrate the wins, shed the tears, face those fears, so in the end, we can all cheer. There is no structure, there's no assignment. I meet you where you're at, when you're ready, and we take it one step at a time.
Wow, that's amazing. Where can people find you?
People can find me at all social media handles: Facebook, Andrea Mason; Instagram, am.andreamasons; LinkedIn, Andrea Mason; my website, andreamasons.com. And for those watching today, including yourself, you can reach me at am.pressplay@yahoo to receive your 30-minute complimentary coaching session as a token of my appreciation, as a gift for your presence to be here, to get ready to press play in this crazy game of life. It's all about you. Let's connect.
Amazing. Wow. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to share that.
Absolutely.
And that is absolutely something I want to get bigger. Follow your heart, not the herd or the hurt.
Yep. And what's great about following your heart and not the herd nor the hurt is herd can be double meaning. Heard as the masses and heard what you hear.
Awesome.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank
For taking
you
the time.
so much. Absolutely. It's an honor and privilege and pleasure. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for your gift of time. Absolutely.
Amazing. And thank you as well. And anybody out there who is listening, you can find her at all of those links on any of those platforms.
Yes.
She is welcoming your meeting.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Andrea.
You're welcome, Jeremy. Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for being on the Point of Focus podcast today.
Absolutely. An honor. Take care.
You as well.